Welcome to Love Shore. Love Shore is an interactive visual novel and dating sim. Play as either Sam or Freya and follow their unique stories in 8 possible routes as they navigate the sleeping city of Love Shore. Each route has 4 possible plot lines depending on your choices and who you interact with. Sam and Freya have their own unique base stats that will help or make it harder for you to get to certain scenes and interactions. There's also an overlaying approval rating. Watch it rise and fall based on your choices. Everything matters, so make the most of it. Be ready to find new unique ways of engaging with stories. What's more, Love Story has dating sim features, but it does not require you to partake in its sexual content or romantic scenes if the player chooses not to. You will also be given the opportunity prior to the scene. You can opt out without affecting the major storyline and the route choices. Play those shows when you want to. Okay, thank you for that. By the way, I love this music. Love Shore has a common visual novel mechanics. Click enter in space or the arrow and the down bar to advance the story. The play and fast forward buttons are under the digital box and can help you sped up replays. The options open up allows the customer gameplay, quick plays, loads. Okay, Love Shore still in development. This is a demo. You have been warned. Okay. Last but not least, Love Shore is a mature game and contains the following concerns later. If you accept this, click through the game. Contains sexual content, violence, alcohol, kidnapping, characters' death/murder, abuse, self-harm, and weapons. So here's your warning for that, guys. If any of that is triggering to you, maybe not watch this even though it's a demo. Thank you for playing and enjoy. Thank you. I love your music so far. This is a demo. I do think the full game is out, but yeah, this just caught my eye, and as always, I like playing demos before I go and I buy a full game. So, the year was 30XX. Love Shore, a shining beacon of technology advancement, faced with unique threat. Despite the city's overwhelming confidence, its bright neon lights, and considerable tourism, the packed urban oasis was ill-equipped to deal with the Fanabar event? I think that's how you say it. With the adversity scare plaguing its citizens, Love Shore faced the biggest crisis of its time. Ooh. Either by divine privation or cruel chance, Life S arrived. With the promise of creating life and keeping it healthy, beautiful, and young, Life S took organic bodies and placed their essential organs into iogenic ones, breathing life through machines and wires. Why do I choose to play these games when I can't friggin' read? It saved my family, I suppose, giving them a healthy daughter and one that could help provide for her human parents. Life S saved 100 lives in Love Shore, made 100 S humans who represent a new wave of advancement in the city. And yet, when the Fiber event had passed, the company had failed, vanishing into absurdity. Life S was dead, but all of us, the leftover S humans? We were more alive than ever. Ooh. I hear something. Great signal. I thought my life was over after my body was shipped back home. My mind was organic, but my body wasn't. As humans, we're supposed to be tougher than this. Oh, so that's Sam over there. That's the other character you can play as. In the beginning, I chose to play as Freya. The good thing is, when you're an S-human, you can rebuild. Oh, so kind of like an android type thing. What the hell? Oh yeah, alarm clock. I hate those. I reach over to slap the snoozing button off my heart rates. I reach over to slap the snooze button off before my heart rate spikes any further. Staring at the ceiling, just breathing. Easy, just relax, kid. Kinda forgot about the alarm clocks, right? The early morning light seeps through the dusty blinds I'd pulled shut last night, the night I finally got home from prison. I don't even think I had any food laying around here. I heave myself out of bed and my soldiers. Okay, how about we try to read the words? Thank you very much. You know what? Moving on. Still feeling stiff and unyielding from the new freedom of motion. Hibernation for months on end on cold concrete prison cell bench really doesn't do wonders for your joints. I knuckled the tension out of my prosthetic knees, flexing the spring-loaded tendons as I go. Well, shit. Things weren't looking good. The tendons were way too tight, and I couldn't feel the ball joints in my ankle grinding against the supports. Oh, I hate that feeling. Have you guys ever had that feeling of like your bones being grind against something? Ugh. Looks like nobody had bothered to rotate or oil the prosthetics while I was in hibernation. Typical. Faith? You in there? I hobbled up from my seat on the edge of the bed. The nerves where my legs ended and the prosthetics were twinging as I go. Oh, damn it. Wait, was that Talia? Ooh, you looking good! She does not look happy. What's up, asshole? I thought I told you to call me when you were getting released. Talia, my oldest and best friend from time in the military. She's in her early 30s but has the energy of a 19-year-old. I'm still not sure how she does it. Sorry, my phone died and they kinda just tossed me in the cab and sent me on my way. Doggos! Talia gives me an unreadable look and glances over my shoulder at the apartment, raising an eyebrow. I'm suddenly extremely aware of the fact that everything is still covered in at least a year's worth of dust. You could have left me a key so I could pick up the place. No way! I wouldn't have asked you to. I know, you never asked for any help whatsoever. I'm sorry, Talia. I didn't really say goodbye to her before I was carted off, and I'm sure she's not happy with me. It's okay. I accept your apology, you dumbass. Bullying a gal who just got out of hibernation? Harsh. You know my reaction time isn't what it used to be. I'm sure you can take it. She rolls her eyes at me and we sit on the edge of the bed, still messy from the previous night. So, you definitely don't have anything to do today? She's right, of course. You want to get breakfast with me? Tell me about what you want to do? Sure. Hell yeah. I kind of forgot what breakfast tastes like, to be honest. They really only fed us those gross nutritional IVs. Well, I'd be happy to reacquaint you. She mosey over to my dresser, opening up the top drawer and brushing off a jacket for me, tossing it behind her towards my general direction. I could feel my shoulder groaning as I caught it, but at least I didn't miss it. Hey, what did I just say about slow... Oh, that's me. Never mind. Hey, what did I just say about a slow reaction time? Consider this your own personal training session. As she finished, she tossed a new pair of socks over her other shoulder, hitting me square in the face. Fantastic. Just what I need. I just woke up, you know. Oh, I know. Let's go, babe. Ugh. We never had an emotional, touchy-feely kind of relationship. Talia is more of an action speaks louder than words kind of person. I like that about her. I do too. That's cool. I took the clothes she'd been tossing at me and threw them onto the best of my ability. We make our way out of the apartment building down to the street level. At least the old cafe down the street was still open. So I'm assuming these are like the meters. Okay. Love Shore by day was pleasant enough if you're busy. My apartment building was part of the development that came on hard and fast as the city sprung up with a 24-hour symbol in the aftermath of the fatal crisis. Drifterthorn event, they called it. A better child, a better future, lives. That's creepy. Pregnancies were failing at an astronomical rate, and nobody knew why. Love Shore was forced to take drastic measures, and that's when the Life S company engineered us, the S-humans. Genetically related to our parents with the organic brains, but with tough, biological, simulated bodies specifically designed to protect us, the new golden kids of Love Shore. In jail, the hours drag on and you eventually lose sight of everything you thought you knew about yourself. When your body doesn't grow old, time can stand still in a way most humans can't understand. I'm assuming it would. I was put into hibernation for brawling, injuring a fellow citizen. It's just a fancy term for months on end of solitary confinement. I remember rage and a kind of bone-deep fear I hadn't felt since my first time in active duty. After that, all I had were memories of being restrained immediately after my trial and then waking up sitting in the useless husk of a body. Immobile until my release. I guess I had a lot of time to think while I was in there. Hey, you want to stop in here? Sure, why not? Wow, I am tall. That's the first time I've ever been able to say that. The cafe was familiar, but everything else was still overwhelming. People walking around a busy street. It was almost too much, and after being alone with just my thoughts and Sam's face for company. Sam. I hadn't seen him in the apartment building when we left. I wonder if he was alright. That's the other character you can play as, is Sam. Talia picked up some sandwiches for us, and we mundane back down the streets towards the apartment. We didn't talk much. She looks thoughtful. Freya? Yeah? What happened to you in there? I feel like I can't comprehend it. If I look at it too closely, it all comes floating back and it's like I never left. It's okay if you can't, I lost the voice! I didn't mean to click. You just got out yesterday, for Christ's sakes. I can't leave her hanging like this. Come on, Freya, you gotta tell her something. Well, for one thing, I was seated right across from Sam in the prison cell. I'm sorry, what? Sam is in your weird neighbor, Sam? That Sam? Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about it. Okay. But, you know he still lives above you? I saw him coming out of that building a few days ago. Shit. How long would it be before I ran into him? Not exactly a conversation I look forward to having. So I stared into your eyes for about 2 years in a solitary confinement and maybe sort of could tell you what you were thinking. We have some kind of weird mutual bond now. And also, by the way, we're still neighbors? Oh, great. I better drop you back off soon. I got a meeting at the VA to facilitate. You really never stop, huh? Can't pay me to stop, hon. After Tala heads off, I make my way back home. I can't think of much else to do besides sit at my kitchen table and eat my damn sandwich and wash some of the dust off my dishes. Cleaning up things felt good, felt protective. And the sense of soap and water in my hands is weird. It feels foreign. By the time night falls, I'm itching for something else to do. Maybe going to Fairness World would be a good enough distraction. I grab my jacket and head back out. Prius phones? Wasn't a large bar, but still was somehow the kind that you could get lost in. With enough nooks and crannies for private conversations, but with an extensive liquor selection to draw a crowd every night. It was a reliable local where all kinds of people, both human and S-human, could get lost in their drinks with only a slightest amount of judgment. I recognized the bar attire, Maya. Ooh! I make my way through the few early evening brieflies to lean on the sleek bar top. Neon ads reflect behind her, glowing through her strawberry blonde waves. Faith? Faith! That's not her name. Read what the damn thing says. She's as gorgeous as ever. Not that she changed at all since I got put away. AS human, like me, Menon had some side business with the underworld that she didn't like to talk about. At least, not while she was behind the bar. She was always professional like that, cool and collected, good at playing her part in whatever group ran that place. I had no idea you were getting out. She needs a higher voice. She reaches a hand across the bar to rest in my forearm. I hate to say it, but you look like you need a drink. I hate to say it, but I really need a drink. I think I can help you out with that. Same as always? At this point, I think I take anything you got. She pours me a good-sized rum and coke, my drink of choice, and gently slides it across the bar. That right there is the only alcohol I'll drink. I don't like the wines, I don't like the beers. This is the only alcohol drink that I find that I actually enjoy drinking. Not that I do a lot of it, like 1 cup is my limit, but that right there is the only hard liquor is apparently the only thing that I can stomach. She looks inquisitive. So, I suppose I won't get away with people leaving me alone today. With Maya, I don't mind so much. I still drain half the drink in a few large gulps. I saw your cellmate the other day. I choke on the last gulp of my drink. You what? How did you know? Sam, right? I guess you could call him a regular around here. We have a mutual friends. For fuck's sake. Of course he was. Sam had been released a few weeks before I was. Oddly enough, that part of my sentence had been dragged on the longest of all. I didn't think it was possible for silence to get any lonelier. He mentioned you all of once. I was surprised that he even admitted that he knows you, but he also knows we talk. Yeah, well, it's not really his business what he knows about me. And you. He's a snake, but he's an entertaining snake at least. I knew he was shady. Of course, he was in prison. As were you, Missy. Even before our jail sentence, I noticed him coming and going at odd hours, meeting all sorts of people outside the apartment building. I had barely considered that May might have known him through mutual friends. Whatever the hell that meant, she always just seemed to be put together. Takes all types, I suppose. It's not like we did a lot of talking in hibernation. No, I suppose you wouldn't. I drained the rest of my drink as fast as it seems courteous and pushed the large glass across the bar. Thanks for that. I'll get back to you when I start collecting my disability checks again. Maya waves a hand loosely. Don't worry about it. On the house today. I turn to exit the bar when her voice echoes out after me, sending a chill down my spine. And Freya, welcome back to Love Shore. I don't think I want to be welcome back to Love Shore. As much as I hate to admit it, Maya makes pre-phones an attractive place to be. But I couldn't stay there forever. I hadn't even checked up on my prosthetics, and my joints are all aching already. Girl, tell me about it. My friggin' knees, man. The client, like the rest of the city, operates on a full 24-hour schedule, with the underground business taking over the town at night, and the injuries and accidents and bodies tend to pile up at all hours of the day. The building is one of the biggest in Love Shore, and lucky for people like me, the staff usually features at least 1 or 2 as human specialists on call, for when we come in with an odd damage to our bodies. I make my way to the front desk where a belligerent-looking receptionist sits. I couldn't really help but feel a faint glimmer of hope rise in my chest. I'd be surprised if I didn't check and see if Emmett was here. You have an appointment? I'm looking for Dr. Inman Santoro. Santoro. The receptionist flicks through the tablet with what looks like a schedules and staff list. No, she's not on today. Hadn't been in for a week now. A week? Is she alright? Is she on leave? I'm not sure, miss. She hasn't called in sick, so she must be on leave. Out of nowhere, I get a sickening feeling of dread in my stomach. No, it must be fine. She must just be taking a short leave. Or something. I guess I'll see whoever's available as human specific with plastic training. Hang a seat. I'm gonna be a while. Great. Just what I want. More time to be alone with my thoughts. The waiting was an old hat to me at this point, and sitting in the client waiting room, I did my best not to run disaster scenarios where Imid, my old doctor, didn't run off to the opposite end of the country or come down with some insane disease or... Ooh. Before I can't stir phrase Jen too much, they're calling me into the clinic room. The young reception makes quick work of adjusting the tension on my legs and resetting the joints, checking all the nerve connections and making sure the rest of me hasn't stratified completely. Much better. What the hell was that? Oh, what was that? Hey, what's your problem? A sharp that looks suspiciously like a person of flashes across my screen, running behind the corner of the hospital. You, what's the deal? Just what I need. Shady individuals trying to take my photo. I jog to the corner and nothing. Fantastic. Heaving a sigh, I turn to head home. The neon in the buildings grow brighter as evening darkness deepens, and I wave my way through the night, crowded back to the apartment buildings. A crack of thunder piles overhead. Just my luck. Yeah, you're not having the best day being out of jail. I fumble for my key for a minute before pushing open the door to my apartment and throwing my jacket on a chair. I guess I left my cell phone here while I was out. Huh? Emmett? I don't know how to say that name. My heart drops straight into the pit of my stomach. How could she have known I was looking for her? Faith? It's Emmett. I know that you were just released, and I'm sorry to do this to you, but I need help. Desperately. I have some information about a project that I might affect a lot of people in this city. It's related to Love Shores Underground. You're the only one I can trust right now. Please, just call me back as soon as you get this. All of this was too constitutional. Emmett's voice sounded truly, legitimately terrified, and that was about a project? About a criminal underworld? There's no way that someone told me how to say that friggin' name. Even though, like, by the time he says the demo's gonna be over. But someone told me how to say his friggin' name. Not in trouble right now. And if she's missing, I could be the only one who knows she's in deep, deep trouble. Well, fuck. Oh, I actually get to interact with shit. Not available, Sam. I should try and call her back and see if she can get to her phone. The phone rings and rings and rings some more. Okay, leave a voicemail. I should leave her a message. If you can still get to her cell, at least she'll know I'm looking for her. Emmett, it's me, Freya. I'm going to find you, no matter what. Hang on tight, I'm on my way. Stay safe, please. I have to try. Sam has some connections to the underworld. Alright. Sam. Not available in demo, not available to demo. So there's probably 2 more people we could have called. This is bound to be awkward, to say the very least. Here we are, 2 people who barely ran in the same circles, and I was about to call them up to hunt down some crush? Ugh. If anyone knew where someone would go to hide in Love Shores, it would be Sam. Who is this? Hi, it's Freya from jail? Oh, how the hell did you get this number? He sounds aggravated, jumpy. Friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. I kinda need to ask you for your expertise. Oh, come on. We just got out of jail. It's not illegal, I don't think. I'm trying to go straight. Not like that, but, you know, following the law or whatever. Besides, I'm kinda busy. Someone I care about is in serious trouble, and she's gone, and I don't know how I'm going to find her. I could tell that my desperation is bleeding through, but I need him to know that I'm not fucking around. Fine. But nothing in this world is free. No shit. A favor then. I'll help you out with something when you need it. Bold of you to think I need your help, though you're in luck. I'm banking on that favor right now. Can you come over for your viewing? The Torn shop? What the hell? Fine. Alright, favorite time. I gotta go. Okay. Alright, don't freak out or anything, but can you help me carry him? Ooh, why is everyone so gorgeous in this game? What the actual hell? No offense, but you better have some impossible help for me once I get done with this. Whoever this is. Relax, he's not dead. I think. You better check that. Ha, very funny. Did you shoot him? No, hell no. He just kind of stumbled in here. Questions later. Let's get him back to my place. Okay. We managed to heave the stranger onto the only clean space in Sam's apartment, the bed. Sam seemed scared. He goes to touch the man's chest, but I stop him. I've been through too much this evening to put off image much longer. Alright, so what's the deal? You seem, worried on the phone. It's about someone I know. A Dr. Sim Sinitro? You've heard of her. Yeah, the S-human specialist, right? Well, she was doing a variety of experiments, for one that has apparently could have gotten her in trouble. I got this weird voicemail. She said she needed my help, and I don't know if she has anyone else to help her. I could feel a lump forming in my throat, but I willed it back down. There's no way I'm going to cry in front of Sam, especially when he made me help him carry a half-dead body to his house. I can think of some people who might know where she would be. No promises, of course. I'll ask around. You can try granite stimulation, its information hub, or press in. The lady behind the bar. Who will it be? She seemed kind of like she would help, and I don't know what these two are. Or do we want to try a new place? You know what? Let's go here. We're alright, I'll look around for you. We're in good with her, if he ever wakes up. Anybody ever tell you gotta really weigh words with words with words with words? Just speaking the truth, pal. Maybe I should cut him some slack. He's worrying about his bottom lip and won't stop glashing back over at the dead, undead guy. Listen, I don't know the shit about human medicine. I know you don't need to do this, but can you help him at all? I can't do much for him. I won't report this. All I can do is help bring him to the hospital. Looks like he won't survive much longer here if you just leave him alone on your couch. Alright, I got it. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Sam bundled the man up carefully as he could, and we began to track back to the hospital. Why didn't you just go to the hospital to begin with? I left the apartment with the cell phone numbers Sam had left me, plus a few new bloodstains on my jacket to show for it. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be walking around with bloodstains. Turns out helping move a body takes a hell of a lot of time. I got about 20 texts from Talia wondering where I am and why I didn't show up to our VR meeting this evening. Shit. I'd totally forgotten. Hopefully she doesn't want to hold a grudge for too long. Yeah, right. I woke up groggy, disordered, and only slightly more hopeful than before. The previous day seemed like some kind of horrifying nightmare. I could barely remember scraping the blood out from under my fingernails before falling back into bed. At least my legs were less stiff than before. I had something to do, a mission to complete. But after a day had gone by and I hadn't made any progress on fighting, But first, coffee. Boo! You need soda in the morning. Pulling out my phone felt like an out-of-a-body experience. I was activating for what feels like the first time without a goal of a quick call. The system must be old. I hadn't updated since I was carted off. I scoped out the damage. Hardwired at least 3 years out of date, what must be a million software updates. Let's see what we can find. Emmett Sinner, MD. It looks like she's the only person named Emmett Sinner. Nothing too mysterious or new articles, really. I scroll a bit to make sure that there are no weird articles are hiding at the bottom of the search results. Click on the images, only a few recently photos pop up. She looks pretty much exactly as I remember her, although the last time we met she definitely had hair bags on her eyes. She always looked so tired. That was until you got her talking about her research. A pang struck me at the memory of her eyes lighting up, of her enthused gestures as she tried to explain her newest experiment to me. Not that I really followed it at all, I just liked to see her talk and go on about whatever it was that she'd been investigating. She was normally so quiet and still. It was charming to see her go on. I didn't mean to click. I didn't really like how scared she sounded on that voicemail. It wouldn't be any good to go around asking questions during the daytime, so I waited until nightfall, trying not to think about it. I failed miserably. Suddenly my phone buzzes. It had to be Sam. Huh, that was fast. I looked around for you. Might want to check back at the hospital. Heard there might be some labs in the basement where anyone could be hiding out. Makes sense. Hey, thanks, Sam. Guess I gotta go put on some pants. Are you not wearing pants? The night felt chillier than usual, but Love Shore was busy coming to life and the second shift of its 24-hour cycle was waking once again. I tried to avoid attracting attention as I headed back to the medical district. The hospital was still on the outskirts of town, but I've been there enough to know But I've been there often enough at all hours not to get nervous visiting after dark. Still, I couldn't shake off the creeping feeling of anticipation that had been growing since Sam texted. Here goes nothing. I wandered down to the bottom floor, trying to look casual, finally coming to an unmarked door at the very end of the bottom floor. The door was metal, solid, and most importantly, locked. And nobody seems to be willing to open it. Why was there a knocking? Did I actually knock on a locked door to be like, hey, let me in? The lock is an old number, but not too different from the ones where we taught how to disable. Right. Just like the basic training. Okay, so this is locked. The lock looked like it has a weak point. I battered down tougher doors than this. Someone in the office might know how to get in. This one. Having a pre-national tough body meant that I never met a lock I could not kick down. A door I could not kick down. Unfortunately, that also meant I definitely wasn't good at picking locks as I was at breaking them in half. Still, it was a hospital, right? After 15 agonizing minutes with 2 bent up, the lock spring freeze. The entrance is pitch black. Ooh. The basement was clearly part of a pre-Sprayberg foundation of the building. If there were labs down here at all, they were the state-of-art, patient-facing rooms I usually was private to. A few motion-activated lights flickered on above me, and I feel my hands tighten into fists despite myself. Who know who or what was down here with me? Aliens! It might... Hey! We found her! Okay. Game over. Case closed. Time to move on. Faith? Emmett looked shocked and amazed, but not quite unhappy to see me. How did you... I thought I heard the door opening. I have my ways. You managed to crack that door, didn't you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. That's what I like about you, Farah. You can't help but be anyone but yourself. Who else would I want to be? Do you see how awesome I look? She reaches out to brush a cobweb off the shoulder of my jacket. My soul... Why can I not say that? It's this thing right here. Tingles where she touches it. I didn't know my artificial skin could do that. She brings me over to a metal table, streaming all over with charts, test tubes, and a bunch of medical equipment. I could barely tell what she's doing. For a long time, I've been confused about how to square the spoken reality of Love Shore with what people actually do. Huh? The S-humans, the gods, do you seriously think they're not connected? I don't know. You must think they are. You clearly worked hard to find me. What do we do? Okay, this is locked. Maybe there's someone who can help us. I'll make a call. There's no service down here, and even if you did, who would you call? That really long S word? You got friends in high places, I see. More like friends of friends of friends of friends of friends of friends of friends. She seemed more at ease, more relaxed around me. Feeling bold, I pulled up a stool at the table where she was showing off her research. It feels intimate. I feel privileged to be able to be so close to her. It's intoxicating. I feel the need to say something back to her, something that will let her know how I feel. I was worried about you. I want to know how I can help. And an option is locked. I was worried about you. Were you? Of course not. I guess you're right. I was technically missing. No one has to know where I've gone, though, do they? Why so secretive? I'm not just playing at something, you know. Do you seriously think that this city is as innocent as it seems? What city is innocent? Of course not. I just want to know what's going on. I don't want you to get hurt. Oh. Her face is unreadable once again. I'm not sure if it's the admission that I was concerned at all or the implication questioning her motivations, but she shuts down, turning contemplative. Oh? I'm not used to someone caring about me like that. She leans over the board, pinned with dozens of papers, charts, and graphs. It's almost incomprehensible. I do a quick visual scan to make sure it's nothing I already have in my database. My eyes scanning struggles to pick up any pattern or individual names. All I can pick out is a map of Love Shores with areas marked out in different colors. It looks like territory? There are things going on here I want you to know about. She seems serious, at least, more so than usual. Things? What kind of things? She clears off some sticky notes from the map on Love Shore. My visual scans pick up, gesturing to the hole. I'm sure you recognize the map, but what you might not recognize are the regions. I know you're aware of the gods. You can see their true forms as they are. I can, but I'm still not sure why it's relevant. Patience is a virtue, darling. I'm getting to it. The darling part is a minute distracting. I try my best to ignore it. For now. These regions mark the territory of gods as they currently are in Love Shores. How did you get this? Even as humans who can see them don't know exactly who moves where. As I was saying, knowledge is power. She seems a little proud of herself, and I find myself wondering if Sam has anything to do with it. But you're right, the gods are supernatural, yes, but more importantly, they retain their strongholds in the city. Though, abstractly, they hide behind false forms, behind false fronts to their businesses, all to keep power. And to keep humans dark, to make themselves safe, you mean? So what? Absolutely. Their form gains, businesses, ways of moving so the humans won't recognize how they're being influenced. Her tone turns bitter, but she continues. My research, as it is now, is dangerous because I'm trying to uncover the stature of the god's power, which has been hard enough on its own. She grinds her teeth, normally impressive face, for once showing her apparently pent-up frustration. I've been threatened by a variety of agents, Freya, which is why I need your help. I can't continue on my own. I've been stuck down here in this lab making research plans, but I need a boost on the ground. I need boots on the ground. I'm guessing that's where I come in. I was thinking of your boots on the ground in particular, yes. Are you certain I'm the one to help you? I can think of no one I'd rather have. That's it! Oh, man. I like that. Thanks for playing. You're welcome. That's cool. And there's this whole other side. And so you can do it from like Sam's perspective too. Oh, that's cool. I really like that. And there's so many. It even said in the, like how many like endings and stuff there was. Well, in the actual game, it said like there was like so many endings and all these different paths when I like first got into it. But like there's so much to this game, and I don't know why, but I really like these like novels. Like here, you can see where it would tell us who this guy is and why like, I guess why he was on the floor and unconscious. But that was the demo, and it was really good, and I really like it. And oh, it's coming out 2021 of next October, so in a year. Add that to my list. Thank you very much. But that's really good. I really like that, and I can't wait to see what the full game is gonna be. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.